Hi, this is your boy Private Skull, and today I am actually in my apartment again. It is currently 8:40, I believe, p.m. Yeah, and let me go ahead and get myself something to drink first, because this is gonna be a nice long chat. Um, anyway, a fan of mine said that they wanted to hear my stance on BLM, Black Lives Matter. Basically, as you can see, I am black. But I feel that my stance isn't really all that. I don't think that I'm be straight up with you guys. Black Lives Matter is a big thing. It really is, but it's not the biggest thing to me. But it is a big thing, and the reason I say it is a big thing is because, first of all, I am black. No black man in the world is gonna want other people who are racist around them. You feel me? You're not good. Like, there's no bot. Like, you're not gonna see me not being angry because of another person who is not of color calling them the N-word. Or you're not gonna I'm not gonna not be mad when a police officer almost hits me with their car, or pretty much, you get what I'm saying? Like it's a mute point. So, by the way, police officers are crazy. Some of them, it doesn't matter what you're doing. Police officers are rushing to do their job for no reason. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I was at a store and a police officer almost hit me, and if I didn't run to the side, I probably would have been hit or tapped or whatever. But we're not gonna get onto that. We're not gonna get onto police officers. We're not gonna bash police, because we need them technically. But what I am gonna get into is the Black Lives Matter thing. Um, yeah, Black lives do matter, but a lot of people are taking that out of context. And when I say taking it out of context, I mean they're taking it to extremes. Like, oh, like only Black Lives Matter. No, Black Lives Matter is something to say because all we see as black folk is coloreds being killed or harassed or just blatantly being disrespected by other people who have the same blood as we all do. So, Black Lives Matter, that was a statement made to show that not just black people and their lives matter. All colored races matter. Matter of fact, all lives really matter. But what happened was, like I said, we kept seeing the same old thing happen. Coloreds being killed. So we came up with this BLM to protest that Black Lives Matter. That you shouldn't take your own justice into your own hands, thinking, oh, this guy's not gonna do nothing to me. Nothing's gonna happen to me. Let's just go get him. That's not justice. That's evil. That's not cool. So, my stance on it, my life, I'm gonna put it in the way that I know how to best put it. My life matters to me and to my family and to whoever else in the world, including my job. Altogether, all that, my life matters to them. And if you're watching this YouTube, I'm pretty sure you care about me too. And if you're black, that's double or triple, because we're supposed to be taking care of each other. Matter of fact, I want to address that. Technically, we're supposed to be taking care of each other. But what happened was, as far as I know, black people got that mentality of, oh, everyone for themselves, because I don't want to die. But we're willing to pull up this BLM and say, oh, Black Lives Matter. So I don't want to give y'all the wrong impression and say, this is great, because I'm gonna give you that. I'm gonna try to give you the impression that if you really want BLM to be what it's meant to be, then show it. Don't be that guy that says, oh, Black Lives Matter, yay, and then you see a black guy getting shot down, you're like, oh, I want to sit back in the house and just close my windshield, close everything, and don't tell the police nothing. Don't tell nobody nothing, 'cause I ain't see nothing. That's crazy. Because, mind you, I ain't no snitch, but if it's to protect me, I want protection. I want to protect me and my fellow man who's black. So I'm just like, I don't want to die, but at the same time, I know there's got to be some way to take care of this. No matter what kind of stuff you want to do, you got to figure out how to make it work. BLM is supposed to be meant to take care of the fellow man, the fellow colored man, or not necessarily colored man. It could also be just fellow man who may love colored man. I don't know. But what I'm trying to get at is BLM isn't exactly meant to be just purely for the beautiful black man or woman. BLM is supposed to be a symbol of protest to share that all lives matter and that you shouldn't take lives at all. Like, you shouldn't just be going out there blatantly killing people just because they say, oh, do this, do that, or saying state your oath. No, you shouldn't be beating people down with a baton. You shouldn't be beating anybody with a baton, or shooting them with your gun. Sure, you yelled at them to do something, but just because they're walking away from you doesn't mean you get to shoot them. That's a no-go. Being as it is that I've actually been in service, I know exactly what to do and what not to do. Basically from what I've been trained. The police officers here in Delaware and anywhere in any other state, well, I can't say state police here are that bad, but I know in other states police, they say, oh, we're doing what we were trained, but we saw you blatantly just kill somebody, and you can't say that it was your training, because the way we were trained is totally different. I mean, different training means different thing. We learned the shout, show, shoot. And we just don't shoot right off the bat. So, like I said, that's a no-go. So, what can we I want to know, in what world are we just set on having any and everything black. And it's crazy because everywhere in the world, we're like, oh, we want to see the first black president. Oh, we want to see the first black astronaut go to Mars. Oh, we want to... Come on, guys. When I was growing up, my parents and grandparents, all they would talk about is how black people were mistreated, how the colors were mistreated. And my grandfather, he was born and raised in Maryland. Maryland is possibly the toughest place to be raised as a black guy. Like, well, not the toughest, but here in Delaware, to me, being in the 1960s, that is tough. Like, he might not have been a slave, but still, like, you still had to say yes ma'am, no ma'am to Caucasian women and men. Like, and if you weren't respectful enough, you got beat down. Like, it's crazy. But, like, back to the point, we are in today's age where none of that has to happen, where none of that has to be like none of that has to be even like, we've supposedly evolved away from that, but we haven't. They say we have, but we haven't, which is where BLM comes from. So I'm like, we are not evolved. We have not learned a thing. We finally got a black president, Barack Obama. Nothing has changed. Like, and we kept saying, oh, it's, we finally got a black president in the office. And this is why I hate politics. I hate it so bad. It's not because there's a bunch of white people in there. And it's not about having a black person in there. It's about everybody having equal opportunity. And it seems to me we have none. None. They really don't want one in there, but they would put a younger white man in office before they put a black man in office. And if they do put a black man in office, the black man has to go through a lot of I forgot what they call it, but they would have to go through a lot of law school. They would have to be a judge or a lawyer or something. They have to go through a lot of vigorous learning in school just to be the president. And back when I was going to school, the first thing they would ask me is, what would you like to be when you grow up? I'm just like, I didn't say an activist. I didn't say the first black man to be on Mars. I did not say I want to be the first black president. The first thing I said was, well, I don't want to be the president because I'm afraid I might get shot. I might end up being Abraham Lincoln or Martin Luther King. I don't want to be that. I want to be a sports agent, or I want to be a sports therapist, or whatever. That was what I wanted to be when I grew up. Because at least that, I wouldn't have to worry about being shot. Well, then again, Lord knows what might happen in the future. But, like I said, BLM is important, but before anybody should talk about BLM, or even try to act out BLM, they gotta understand what BLM is. Don't say, oh, I know what it is. Black Lives Matter. I'm black. My life matters. It should matter to everybody. No. It's not about you. It's not about me. It's not about the whole black community. It's about, or it should be about, all lives under duress. Like, if you're being mistreated, that's what it should be about. It should be about stopping the mistreatment. that's my stance on it. I like, honestly, that's it. That's my whole stance on it. BLM, stop to stop everybody from being under duress. It don't matter if you're black, white, Mexican, whatever. Everybody is being mistreated all around the world. But as far as we're seeing, Black lives matter because a lot of black people are being killed. And even more so in 2020 with COVID still going around. Like, you see a bunch of black males being murdered, police being put on trial for murder, and now our actual own police are being looked down upon and being yelled at and stuff because of other police officers doing the wrong thing. And mind you, there are some black folk in there who are actually police, who are now police, and being in a kind of service. The first thing they tell you in service is you are no longer black, you are no longer white, you are just blue. If you're a police officer, it's blue. If you're in any other branch of service, you might be green, or I don't know what other colors, Air Force, whatever color it is. That's what that is. That's what you are. You are no longer, when you go to jail, if you're an inmate, you are a number. So out here, being that it is that we are of color, we see a lot of colored people dying. It's sad, and I don't like it. I really don't. And I wish that I could do more. But the only thing I can do, and to keep myself from getting into any more trouble, is to YouTube and try to persuade people to understand exactly what it is they should do. And hopefully they don't cause anybody or themselves any harm doing it. All right. If you want to do stuff the right way, if you want to protest, do it on YouTube or Twitch or whatever. Don't go out there knowing it's COVID season still. And like, even though you got a mask on, it doesn't prove anything. It doesn't really prove anything, because anything, like, somebody could have went home, coughed on their hand, then went out and touched everybody out there, and now everybody else has COVID. Or they might not know that they have COVID and don't feel like they have COVID, and then they go around. Like, you guys are, when you're protesting, you're bunched up together like this, holding a picket fence, walking around. And then you wonder why you got COVID, why you're so sick all of a sudden. So I'm just trying to say what it is. Like I said, BLM, Black Lives Matter. Yeah, it's supposed to be great. And like I said, my stance isn't all that, but I'm trying to put it out as it is. BLM should stand for not just Black Lives Matter. It should be all lives matter. But the problem is that all we see and focus on is a lot of our black folk dying. And we're too focused on that to see that everybody else is also dying. But we see mostly our black folk dying. And it's because slavery went by, and now we think everybody, every white man, woman, whatever it is, racist. And then we're either we're scared or very intimidated around them because we're black. So there's my stance on it. I have nothing else. All I gotta do is stay clean, stay motivated, and I can't say stay in your house, but like, just try to protect yourself from COVID, protect yourself from everything around you, so that you don't get hit with oh, you're racist and all that stuff. Protect yourself. All right, that's all I got. Peace.